Blog Talk Radio.
Good afternoon, friends. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Magic Universe with Sharonah. And I am your radio host, Sharonah Rapseik. I'm the creator of the soon-to-be-released, the Boho Pixie Tarot deck, all dedicated to the life, art, and legacy of Miss Pamela Coleman Smith, and also the author of its guidebook, The Little White Dog, where I also share my revolutionary system for reading tarot that will have you interpreting tarot faster than you can say pixie. I am also a tarot master teacher and an angel Reiki master and spiritual life coach. And I am also a teacher of the magical and intuitive arts. And I am coming to you live today from the Big Apple, New York City, where today it's an absolutely glorious, sunny, and very warm day after a really long, long winter. Woohoo! Springtime is finally here, but I think summertime is here too. And today the sun entered. The sun is in Gemini, and the sun is in Gemini, and it entered it 2 days ago. So if you're ready to be a social butterfly, then the next few weeks are great for getting your creative juices flowing, especially if you are an artist, designer, or writer, as well as a speaker or social networker. And tonight, we have the moon is in a last quarter in Pisces. So that Pisces moon is great for anything that is emotionally moving and metaphysical in nature. So today's card is the Nine of Cups. And that is such a good card to get for today because, you know what? That's all about happiness, hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true. So let's go out and celebrate. This is a good time for you. Okay. I'm so happy that you're joining me here today. This little radio show is all about awakening and embracing your personal power and self-confidence, as well as creating magic and miracles in all areas of your life, simply by using a little bit of help from your angels and guides, and most importantly, that divine and loving, conscious energy of the magic universe that each and every one of us is a part of. So as I say every time I'm on the air, are you ready? Are you ready to live your magic and be who you're really meant to be? Then join me during this hour, and I'm going to invite you to step into your power and awaken your true magic. Now, Magic Universe with Sharonah is a live call-in radio show, and here we talk about such topics as angels, crystals, energy healing, and tarot and oracle cards. Also a little bit of astrology, and we also talk about that wonderful thing called synchronicity, because we talk a lot about how to raise your energy so that you have good high vibrations. Because if you have that, you can create and generate more love and magic into your life. I also love introducing you to great people in our tarot and metaphysical community. And today we have a really special, fabulous guest, Cheri of Cheri's Tarot. Now, just want to let you know that Magic Universe is on the air live, always on the second and fourth Sunday of each and every month. And I also want to let you know that this is also a live call-in show. So after I finish with today's interview with our special guest, what you want to do if you would like a free mini reading, an angel message, a little angel Reiki, or just to say hi, you can call in. And that number is 714-816-4628. Now, that's to listen. If you want me to pick up your call, you need to press the number 1 on your phone keypad, because that will flag you on the switchboard, and I will know that you want me to take your call. So just a little bit, I need to let you know that we do take the calls in order that they're received. So you might want to call in now, because you'll be able to listen while you're in line. And whatever you do, don't hang up or you'll lose your spot in the line. And we also have another way that you can join us, and that is at thetarotguild.com/chat. And you can join us in the chat room. I do check in there to see if there's any questions in there. And you can also meet the other cool people that are in the chat room. So everybody, it is becoming time for us to, get on with the best part of our show. So if you're ready to rock and roll and get your magic up, it's time to welcome our special guest today, Cheri of Cheri's Tarot. Welcome, Cheri. Hi.
Hi, Sharonah. How are you?
I'm doing great. I find that whenever I do this show, it puts me into such a great mood that I start to float for the next 2 weeks until the next show. And I am so glad that you're here today. Now, as you heard,
I'm excited.
Yeah, well, that's great, because I know everyone's really going to love you. Now, this radio show is all about love and magic. So, Cheri, how do you bring love and magic into your life?
Well, to me, family is everything. So family is my number one support, and just to be close and to be able to share things together is really important to me. And also, by day, I'm a social worker. So I think I was meant to do this work because I am able to show love and support to my clients on a daily basis. So I think that by me having so much to give, that I'm able to pass it on to everyone that I come in contact with.
Oh, that's awesome. Because, when you give love, guess what happens? You get love back. That's one of the secrets of giving love and getting love. So you obviously, from what you told me, I know that you get lots of love back because you're giving out so much. And I know that you work with tarot, so tell our listeners a little bit about your tarot journey, just how you got involved with tarot.
Well, I've always been fascinated with anything mystic from a young age. I know that I've always been different. I've always been intuitive and have had the ability to see things before they happen. Of course, when I was younger, I didn't realize what that was. And I just remember I used to read a lot, and my first tarot books that I stumbled upon were the old Eden Gray books.
Oh, yes.
And yes, which I still have to this day. They're worn and the pages are coming out, but just to be able to go back and study that. And back when I was growing up, there wasn't access to internet, so that I'm aging myself, and there wasn't a lot of decks out there. So with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, I had a deck. I over the years, though, I lost it and fell out of connecting with anything as far as tarot. But I remember as a teenager, there is a local mystic shop called the Boston Tea Room, and I used to go get my tarot cards read all the time and tea leaves and things like that. So it's something that I've always been interested in. But I would say around 2019 is when I really started getting back into it. And then, of course, when COVID hit, I really dedicated myself to learning the tarot again and taking classes and seeking out mentors to study even deeper into the tarot. So it's been a rather long journey for me, and I always think of myself as a perpetual student. But every day I try to learn new things and try to follow others who inspire me as well.
That's awesome. Yes, my first book that I got was the Eden Gray book. Little tiny paperback book, which I still have the original one that I bought, but, its pages are all falling out now. But I don't think Eden Gray gets enough credit for the modern movement with the tarot, because that was her first book out there, and it was in regular bookstores,
Yes.
There was this little black book, and what was interesting is she also got into, it wasn't just about tarot, but it was also, she got into a little bit of astrology, a little bit of Kabbalah, and birth cards. I mean, when I teach students, I still recommend the book. I mean, it's gone through some different covers and everything, but that's like a powerhouse of a little book,
Mm-hmm.
If you have it. Yeah. So you got back into tarot in 2019, and and what deck do you work with? Do you still work with the I call it the Waite-Smith deck, because Ryder was actually the publisher of the deck. But although I guess we should give them credit too, because that deck came out in 1909, over 100 years ago, and Ryder had a lot of courage. Yeah, they had a lot of courage in putting it out there.
They were before their time, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I almost think that A.E. Waite, he designed the architecture or the structure of the deck as we know the main deck that everyone uses, which is based upon Waite's architecture and the artwork of Pamela Coleman Smith. But it's almost like I like to think, especially Pamela, or Pixie as we call her, she was almost like a time traveler, because some of the stuff that she did, I mean, not just designing the cards, but her artwork is becoming more, more people are finding out about her and saying, oh, I have this print or this painting, and they see her signature on it. But that was so amazing. And 1909 was when that deck came out. So besides the cards, Sheri, do you incorporate other tools into your tarot practice?
I do. So to answer your question about tarot cards, I am an avid deck collector. So I do work with the Smith deck, even though I have several other decks that I reach for. It just depends on what mood I'm in and the artwork and what kind of questions are being asked. But I do also love working with oracle cards, especially inspirational cards. Being a social worker and working with clients, I feel that I'm able to use my practice every day into my tarot practice as well to help be empathic and to give them positive outlooks. And if it's not so positive, to use the tools that they already have to be able to work with that and to have a better outcome. And also I like to use charms. So I have a bag full of charms that sometimes I'll pull out that will go along with the reading also.
That's really awesome. Yeah, I love, not many people incorporate charms, and it's really beautiful, like it's a beautiful practice. But getting back to the decks, what are some of your, in addition to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, do you have any other decks what's some of the other decks that you really love? Because I know you're a collector. I mean, we could just talk about that even.
Yes. So that's going down a rabbit hole. I use the Everyday Witch Tarot, which for beginners and experts alike, I think it's a really easy read. I get a lot of intuitive hits from that deck. The Modern Witch Tarot is another one. I think it's very inclusive, which I think is important when you're reading for clients. I think the Housewives Tarot is really cheeky. It can be really smart. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a fun deck. It is. You kind of get a giggle too, and when you laugh, it does raise your vibration. You can't stay in the dumps too long if you're laughing, but it's amazingly accurate. Just like a housewife. It
is. The Light Sears Tarot is another one, and one of the ones that I recently got was the Modern Love Tarot. And I know it was made not specifically for love readings, but that's what it's geared towards. But it also, with the way that the vibrant pictures in it, I get a lot of intuitive hits from that one also. So I could go on all day, but those are some of the ones that I use a lot.
Yeah, I'm familiar with those, but the love Tarot, I got to look that one up because that sounds like a fun deck. I mean, I love to, my basic reference is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but I love to put, when I get a brand new deck, I put the deck side by side and look at how, how they, because how they took that information. Probably they took it from the Waite-Smith and how it was, transferred in the mind of another artist. So you can just go, it's like fun to get into the head of the artist and the person who designed the deck. And then you start to, it really deepens your ability to read and interpret the deck. So, deck collecting is a good habit to get into. I mean, if you're going to get into a habit, at least it's not too expensive and it's legal.
Yes, well, it can be expensive, depending on how much, how you can, what is the word I'm looking for? Make sure you don't get out of control with it, but it's easy to do because, like you said, there's so many artists, and that's the fascination for me too, is to see what their outlook on it is, and there's so many interpretations that you can get from from these different decks.
Mhm. And put your own little spin on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I understand now. I have a couple of friends who, teach at the art colleges in New York, like Parsons and NYU and Pratt, and they actually, one of the projects they give to students is creating a tarot deck. So that shows the power of the deck, but to do it your own way, do it in a way that's never been done, and work with those images, because what's kind of cool about it, at least the most of the decks that are based on Wade and Smith's artwork is each card there's a story on each card that you can get into, and there's also a story when you shuffle the cards and put them together, that they flow in a story. So the other group of friends who teach in colleges in New York, they've gotten into tarot as a means for teaching writing skills. So that's why tarot is going, I don't know, what other industry it's going into, but it's pretty powerful because it really gets you going. Yeah.
With both of those, it's fascinating to see how, well, I guess in certain circles it's still considered taboo, but it's becoming so more mainstream now than it used to. So that's really interesting to see how professors are using that as another tool to teach. Exactly.
Yeah, I wonder. I have to talk to my friends who teach. I wonder if it ever comes up that someone doesn't want to. They're afraid of tarot, so they don't even want to, touch it. But folks, it's nothing to be afraid of.
No, it's not.
There's a lot. I always say, okay, if you want to be afraid of a tarot deck, that's okay. But let me warn you, there's some other things out there that you might want to be more afraid of than a bunch of pieces of cardboard with pictures on it. And you say that you're into oracle decks. So
yes.
What are some of your favorite oracle decks out there? And maybe you can tell everyone who's not familiar with what an oracle deck is. I think a lot of people, they hear oracle deck and tarot, and they're both cards, but they're a little bit different. So how does the oracle decks, how do they differ from the traditional tarot? And what are some of your favorite ones?
So traditional tarot, of course, is the 78 cards, and they all follow a certain meaning, whereas the oracle decks are more, I would say, inspirational, and they just add more depth to a tarot card reading. So oracle decks they could range from inspirational words to, like a couple of them I have are astrology oracle decks. A couple of them are numbers. Some of them are spirit animals, like the Everyday Witch Tarot and Everyday Witch Oracle. So there's some creators that make a tarot and oracle deck that you can pair them together. So I use the Everyday Witch Oracle also. I also like the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit and Archetypes. There's a lot of...
That's a good one.
Yes, there's a lot of... although they're simple, there is a lot of meaning behind those also. And I like it's called the Power of Surrender cards. Those, I think, help to ground and meditate. And each meaning on the card helps you to just to surrender to the universe and to let go. It reminds me that not everything is doesn't go as according to plan, even though that you like it to. So it helps to give a different perspective.
Most definitely.
And my latest one I got, it's called the Great Lakes Oracle, because I'm from Michigan, so I'm from the Great Lakes state, and it has different cards about stories and things that you find specifically around the Great Lakes, especially in Michigan, and I had never seen it before, so I had to get it. That was definitely an impulse buy, so I'm still getting to know that deck, but it's definitely something that I want to start using in my practice.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun deck just to get into Michigan and the Great Lakes. You know, that's kind of the cool thing with tarot decks is there's many different and oracle decks. There's many different levels that you can approach it, and you know they are definitely works of art that you know it's like you're carrying a little art gallery in your pocket sometimes too. When you look at those pictures, particularly when there's a lot of details, it's like something different will pop out at you. I think, it's very cool. It really is. Yeah.
I'm not an artist myself. That's why I'm so fascinated with different decks to see what others can come up with and draw. I think that's one of the things that fascinates me most about different decks is the way that they're able to perceive it and the different art styles that they have.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing, and you know it goes every. You know, like you'll see one artist will do something like it's almost you don't have to be like a classically trained artist. Some of them just have like stick figures on it, but you can kind of get into those stick figures. They're like telling you something, and they can go all the way to where you know each card is a literal work of art. You know, like something that I'm sure you're familiar with Amy Zerner and Monty Barber. Her cards are like. I mean, they're like, it's like a work of art. Each one of those, you can just kind of sit there and like go, oh my goodness, how'd she do that? It's pretty amazing. Do I hear a kitty in the background? Oh my.
I'm sorry?
Hi. I said, oh my, hello kitty.
Yes, that's my cat. He always has to be involved. Especially when I am using my tarot cards, he always has to be in the middle, and he's black. So that the picture that you've seen that's my cat of him sitting at the table reading the tarot cards.
Well, there, you know, I at the moment I don't have any cats. Down from having 4 cats, so I'm kind of in between cats. But when I had them, I used to it's amazing. They would, if you put the cards on the floor, they come over and it's like they do a reading, and I would always see what they were picking. Or of course, and there was the other thing they love to do is if you have a stack of cards, they love to push them on the floor. So I would always be intrigued if the cards would get picked. You know, the cat would pick. They were pretty good. A pretty good little. Someone should do a book on that.
That's a great idea. now I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with tarot and cats, I'm in.
Yeah. Well, I gave you a project to run with. My goodness. Yeah. And I always, when I have a guest on, I always say. How has tarot changed your life, and how has it changed the lives of others? Do you have some success stories, some stories that you can tell there?
I just feel that it keeps me grounded. I would say that I'm spiritual, so I always turn to my cards for extra guidance, especially when I need to sort things out in my head, to be able to lay the cards down and to see what they're trying to tell me. Sometimes it helps to give me a different perspective. When I've read for when I've read for other people, I've just had feedback of how I'm able to listen and how I'm able to give them the tools, like I was saying earlier, to move forward with their situation more positively, and that I'm able to pick up on things that no one would normally know. Sometimes I just get intuitive hits, and the person will be like, how did you know that? And I can't explain it. It's just something that comes to me. So I have gotten that quite often.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. And how do you incorporate charms along with it? When you're, like, say you're doing a reading, do you draw a charm at the beginning, like an oracle card, or at the end?
Usually at the end. And it just, with that in the oracle cards, I like to do that at the end because a lot of times it's how it matches up with what the reading has already said. It just solidifies what the message that was already given. It's amazing how synchronized the oracle cards and the charms can be along with the tarot cards.
Yeah, that always kind of blows my mind that, you can pick a tarot card and you can do like a 3-card spread, and then you draw an oracle card, and and the cards can be from completely different creators, completely different time periods. And you draw that oracle card, and it's almost like it's meant to be. I mean, it's really spooky, but it always never ceases to amaze me that happens. Yeah. So, what else are you working on? We know you're going to be working on now a cat reading with your cat book and deck.
Well, I do have some cat tarot decks too, so maybe I could do that one day. Although I'm not an artist, so I'd have to have someone else do that. But currently, I'm not out in the public reading, but I've been going back and forth with that. Right now, I've been concentrating more on my professional career, but tarot is not something that I want to forego altogether. But now that I have that thought in mind, I may go back to it.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of cat lovers out there, and a lot of those cat lovers are into tarot. So, sounds like you can do quite well on that, without a doubt.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, anything else that you're working on or doing right now, as far as getting back to the reading, like most of us, you're probably reading, on the phone for people. I know in New York it's just starting to pick up, where I get people calling me to, do in-person readings or do readings at psychic fairs, because that was down for a while, so everything was by phone. So do you do most of your reading by phone when you do read for people, or
I do read in person, but I prefer email.
Email.
I like to write.
Cool way. That is a cool way. Yeah.
Yeah. Although I feel I can get my point across speaking, I feel that writing, I'm able to articulate it better, if that makes sense. So I really would prefer to do email readings at this time.
Yeah, so when you do an email reading, you send back the message with the email. Do you ever do like sending someone a written letter, with the information? Because that sounds really
so I take pictures of the cards, and then I send back the response of what I see in the cards.
That is so cool. That is so absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I've had a few of the readings that are done, email readings, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
And what is really cool is, I've gotten back the pictures, and then there's the interpretation. I find that some of those readings are really spot on, particularly when, that are very predictive. Because one of the things people will say is, can you, tarot, they use the word fortune telling, reading the future. And I think most of us will say, well, we create the future. I'm here mainly to help you and help you to do that. But some of the online readings that I saved, they were spot on. So, yeah. I think.
Well, when you're working with someone, you're working with energy, so you can pick up on someone's energy whether they're in front of you or behind your computer. That's how I feel. So when you're doing an email reading, that would make sense why it's accurate, because they're able to pick up on your energy.
It's like amplified by the by the crystals and everything that are in the computer. I mean, computers are pretty magical too, I have no idea how they work, but it's magic. And I think the other thing that's so cool about computers, particularly email and particularly the Internet, I sometimes think the Internet got its ideas of, where you pull in all this knowledge from everywhere. They were similar to what a tarot reader does, so it's almost like people will say, well, what do you do as a tarot reader? And it's almost like I go, well, do you have a computer? It's almost, as a tarot reader, we don't tap into that World Wide Web, but I do think we tap into, consciousness energy. So I think the Internet was modeled after readers. Like
when a computer updates or downloads information, I feel that's the same way when you're reading tarot. Your information is coming in and you're downloading it. That's how I like to look at it.
Absolutely. Well, we have touched on a lot of stuff, and we got to have you back when you have that cat deck ready.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll give you another idea too. I bet, do you do animal? Are you like a pet psychic? Because someone should design a deck where you read for your cat or dog, whether they're there or with you in spirit.
There you go.
Like
no, I am not a pet psychic, but that would definitely be something I would like to look into further because I know that there are others that do that.
Yeah, awesome. So, Sheri, how can our listeners follow you? How can they get in touch with you? Do you have like an, I know you're on Instagram, so you can tell us.
I am on Cherie's Tarot on Instagram. And then my email that you can reach me at is cheristarot@thetarotguild.com. So if anyone is interested in speaking with me, you can reach out to me that way also, and I'd be happy to talk with you.
Or send an email, you know?
Yes.
Speaking of email, I didn't mute. If you heard a bing, that's me because I didn't turn my sound off of my computer. Okay, now we're good. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a lot of fun. Oh my, and so great to learn about what you do and how you got into tarot and what decks you love. It's been a fun time. Thank you so much.
It has. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and we all love you. And
thank you.
Okay. So, bye. Okay, so before we take some calls, I just looked at the clock, and it is past the bottom of the hour. It always happens when we have on a guest that's so much fun to talk with. So, but I do need to let you know what's going on here the next week on the Psychic Talk Radio Network. So tomorrow, I want to let you know that we have not just one show, but we've got two shows. At 1 p.m. Eastern, you want to tune in to the Wisdom of the Soul show with host Janice Fuse. And then immediately after that, at 2 p.m., we have Living in the Here and Now, and that's going to be on Spiritual Guidance Radio with angel channel and healer, the fabulous Catherine Hahn. And that's also a call-in show. So if I'm not able to get to your call today, you can always call in to Catherine's show. And on Saturday, May 28th, oh my goodness, I can't believe that next weekend is Memorial Day. I don't know, this year has been on, I don't know, it's just been flying by. But Saturday, May 28th, p.m. Eastern, there is open lines and psychic spin with Tarot Today Radio with the wonderful Mary Brown and the wonderful Dax Carlisle, and they're also going to be doing free tarot readings with their show, and you can call in and talk to them. Now, I will be back on Sunday, June 12th, same time, same station, 2 p.m. Eastern, and my topic for that show will be about the moon, the magic and the madness of the moon. It's there every night, folks. In fact, it's even there in the day. You just can't see it. We love our moon. So I'll be talking about the moon, and you can call in, or you can also, I'm getting into this email thing too. So if there's a question that you want me to address, I might address it on the air. I might just send you back an email. You can always email me at psychictalk.net/Sharonah. And that's also where you go in if you want me, you want to look into my readings, the information, everything is there, as well as we do have a tip jar. If you enjoyed the show, you can always buy your host a cup of coffee. So there is a little tip jar in there. So to email me, that's at psychictalk.net/Sharonah. So, or you can just go into Psychic Talk Net. and you'll see all the pictures of our hosts and how to get in touch with them, including me. So you want to mark your calendars and, know that I'll be back in 2 weeks. So without further ado, it is time I'm going to take some calls. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to all of them, but let's see what we can do. So I am going to caller area code 703. Caller
Hello.
Area code. Hi. Hello.
Hi, this is Andrea.
Where you go? Hi, Andrea.
Andrea
from where?
From Virginia.
Hi, Andrea. You have a great voice. Very.
Oh, thank you.
So, yeah. Wow. You should do a radio show.
That's what I've been told many times. I have this really good positive energy, even though I may feel like crap. I still have the part of the great energy, So I guess that's a good thing.
I would buy a car from you. If you.
Oh, well, thanks.
Oh, yeah, that is great.
It's funny. My dad said I could sell ice to the Eskimo. That's how good at sales I'm at. So I'm like, okay.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So how can we help you today? Any information you need, or?
Yeah, I have a work question. I've had some work drama go on a couple days ago where somebody went to my boss and said something that they didn't like what I said. But I don't know if it's a female. I don't know if it's a female or a male energy, because I think the girl was coerced by somebody to tell on me, and that's my gut.
What I'm getting is, first of all, you have such a great energy that people probably get a little bit nervous about that, but don't change yourself for them.
No, I'm not.
I'm getting the energy that it's a female. And they just it's kind of almost like they want to steal your glitter, like you're shining so much. They want to take away your shine. And, you've got to, you don't want to just keep on going. You can like shield yourself, put like a pink bubble around you, and know that will be protection. It's like a woman, and then also was the person that she spoke to, was that a male? Your main boss?
Well, so she went to my boss or her boss's boss or somebody and said something, but I believe she was coerced by somebody else, because I don't think she would have done it on her own.
Well, it's
so
definitely.
I'm not sure if it's a coworker or a family member or something.
I'm thinking it's a family member, and I actually think that everything will blow over.
Well, she's Iranian, and that's the culture that she is, and I think her father is very controlling. And I think maybe she said something to her father, and her father said something, like, go tell, that's what you should go do, because I don't think she's very sweet. I don't think she would have done it on her own. But if she had a problem, why don't you come to me first? You should have come to me first and said you had whatever the problem was versus going to my boss, because that's just stupid. Don't do that. Yeah.
Well, I don't think your boss is going to really, nowadays, people are very, sensitive, and you have to be careful what you say, but, hang in there. It's, your intention is more important than any words or anything that was said. So just keep on being you, and just keep yourself being really grounded, and keep on reaching for the stars. I'm just getting that you just have such unlimited potential and so many gifts to put out there that you can't, don't let this get you down.
Yeah, but do you think my gut is right? What that's what I'm getting. You think that's right?
Yeah, someone could have put her up to it, but I think your boss is smart enough not to take it to heart.
Well, it went to my boss's boss's boss. It went all the way up to like third level boss. It wasn't just my boss. It was his boss and then his boss's boss. Like, who does that? You're 22 years old. I mean, I can't wrap my head around, young, stupid people.
Yeah.
Come to me next time.
Yeah. Don't let it get to you. You'll be just put a pink bubble around you when you go into work.
Okay.
And
I will.
Keep on doing what you're doing. Thank you for calling in. My pleasure.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
have a great rest of the day.
So you can. Yes.
Yes.
I'll put you back in so you can listen.
Yep.
Here we
Sounds
go.
good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Love ya.
Sure. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, I am going to area code 631. Area code 631. Hi, what is your name?
Hi, this is Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne. Where are you calling?
Thanks for taking my phone call.
And you're calling from where? Where are you calling from?
Long Island.
Are you in the U.S.? Long Island, okay. Or as we say here, Long Island. Okay.
Yeah, my question. Thank you for taking my phone call. And my question is, I have an interview for a bus monitor position where I used to work. It's tomorrow at 2:30. Do you see me getting it?
I think it's going to be. They're going to take a while. I mean, I think they're looking into other people. So I think what you have to do is wow them and also go back for is this your first interview with them or like a second interview?
Well, I can't wait too long because I have to get something for the summer and then for September. And summer school might call me next week.
Yeah, because I just kind of see there's a bit of a delay and so
summer school doesn't start really till July 1st, even with buses. They wouldn't hire me now, I don't think, because school's over in 5 weeks.
Yeah, just they're going to be waiting a while to make a decision, but I do see hang in there and it looking good. But don't, that's the only thing that I see right now is they might be kind of slow to say yes or no. But I think you have an excellent chance at getting the position.
Oh, good, yeah, because I need it for the summer, but also for September.
Yeah.
And because then I was thinking of doing lunch monitor in between.
Well, it does, definitely, keep interviewing for all kinds of things. But I do see that one coming around. But
I do lunch monitor and aid subbing now. But with the buses, I could do the morning and the afternoon, and then lunch monitor where I'm at now, sub.
Yeah, I see something good coming down the road for you. And it's funny.
And what about? I just went on a date with a gentleman like 4 times, but he's really not my type. His name was William. Do you see me meeting anybody else?
Yeah.
When? I'm not online or anything, because
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do see someone came up, possibly they're a water sign, in astrology. So, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces, someone who's really, who you're really going to like a lot, who's really loving, very generous. So I don't know about the guy that you immediately mentioned, but there definitely is someone coming up.
Do you know when?
That's
about
what? Let's see.
Or around. I mean, I don't want it 10 years from now.
No. I would say I'm getting like summer. That
Okay,
summertime.
that's good.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's
all good.
June, July, or August. That'll be good.
Yeah.
I kind of need someone who's energetic and dresses nicely and likes to do things, but also likes to sit at home.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like it's a King of Cups, so it's someone who's really loving and very generous and everything. So hang in there. See good stuff coming your way, Suzanne.
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, have a great day.
You too. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Love ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, let's see. We're running out of time. So I'm going to take one more call, and it's area code 919. Hi, what is your name, and where are you calling from?
Thank you so much for taking the call. My name is Kay, and I'm calling from Georgia.
Hey, Kay from Georgia. How you doing today? I think have we talked before?
We have. It's been a while. Yeah, it has been a while, but thank you so much for taking the call. So my question is, I was kind of torn between two questions, but the one I want to ask about is the career. I had a recruiter reach out to me, a headhunter reach out to me for this phenomenal position, and after communicating, then the company realized that they had something that was more in line with what I do, my experience. So I'm just pretty much waiting for someone to call with the next steps. Do you see that happening this upcoming week? Because I am working right now, but it's just something to make do. But this other opportunity is phenomenal. Great company.
Yeah. No, I definitely see that happening, and I see it happening real soon. You're going to get some really good news, and it's more money, more prestige, what you're looking for that's going to make you very happy. Yeah, I do see that.
Excellent. So it's coming soon. Like I said, I've been very patient, and the recruiter is phenomenal. She reached out to me. She was so amazed by my resume. And I'm just excited about this opportunity. So, I'm not overthinking it, but just okay, I believe this is it.
Yeah. It looks like something good, and it's something too that you, you'll be able to stay at it for a while, and get lots of benefits, and get money in your retirement account and your IRA.
Yes.
Yeah. It's it's kind of like one of those that they use today to go, like the old-fashioned jobs where I got all the benefits and packages and everything. It's like one of those.
Excellent. Okay.
Excellent.
That makes
me
excited.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Blessings to
love
you. Have
too.
a wonderful weekend. All right. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. Okay, folks. Well, look at the time. The time is we got to wrap everything up because we have been together an hour. So want to let you know that if you like this show, mark your calendars. I am always on the second Sunday and the fourth Sunday of each and every month. And I do check my email. So you can always, if I didn't get to your question, you can email me if you want some advice at psychictalk.net/Sharonah. You can go in there. You can also, if you have any ideas for the show, if there's things that you want me to talk about or people that you want me to interview, or, hey, maybe you want to be on the show, you can always shoot me over an email. I do check that. And so just to let you know, I will be back on Sunday, June the 12th, same time, 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific, because the time is different wherever you are, but you know about that. And my topic for that show will be, I'm going to be talking about the moon, how to use it for magic, and, some fun stuff that it's attached to our moon, because it's there every night. It's even there during the day, even though you can't see it. And so we'll be talking about the moon, and I'll also be taking your questions, and definitely make use of my email, psychictalk.net/Sharonah. I do go in there and I check to see what people have to say. So everyone, I want to thank you. This is your magic mama, Sharonah Rapseik. And I do want to thank my special guest today, Cheri of Cherie's Tarot. Wasn't she wonderful? Oh, my goodness. Lady has such great, great, great energy. And I also want to thank each one of you, my listeners, my friends. I call you my family, for joining me here today. And each year I draw a word, and today's word, well, not today's word, the word for the whole year for 2022 is gratitude. Say thank you. I'm constantly saying thank you. I found a penny on the street when I went to get my coffee from Starbucks. And you know what? I picked up that penny and I said thank you. It's like we're just getting all of these wonderful gifts that are coming our way. It's a gift when you wake up in the morning. Say thank you. And I want to let you know that the universe has your back. And I want you to say to yourself, look in that mirror and say, I am strong. I am confident. I am magical. I am enough. I am beautiful. And I deserve the very best. And most of all, I deserve love. And don't forget, everything is energy. The universe and you and me, we're all energy. And be looking for those signs out there. And remember, focus on what's positive in your life, and you will attract even more positive situations because, everybody, we do live in a magic universe. And to tap into it, you want to keep your energy and your vibrations high. So I invite you in the coming days, in the coming weeks, I invite you to step into your power and awaken your true magic. So until we meet again, which will be Sunday, June the 12th, I am wishing you all countless blessings and high vibrations. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.